Gloria Rysanek.
And you are a long-time resident, actually born
Yes,
in Bohemia,
born and
New York.
raised right next door to where I live now.
So you have lots of good memories
Yes, a lot when I was a child.
when you were a child. Tell us about, first of all, we were talking about Cerny's Bakery.
Yes.
What are some of your memories of there? What were some of the things that they baked that you liked?
Well, every year when it was my birthday, my father would go order me a birthday cake, and they had a blackboard, and they would put the name and whose birthday it is.
Oh,
So everybody in town knew it was your birthday. And he'd get this enormous buttercream cake with pink roses, and for $1. And then he'd bring...
I would have a birthday every day.
He'd bring it home the day before. They'd put it on the dining room table, and then my mother would have like a little get-together with my relatives on the weekends, you know, with food and everything. But the night before, I'd have to run around and like get my finger around that buttercream.
Who can resist?
But you know that, and they had, you know, their bakery was the Czech stuff, the buns and the salt sticks. You know,
Oh, salt sticks.
They
I
were
like
like
salt sticks.
yeah, and and you know,
Is that a Czech thing, salt sticks?
yeah, salt sticks and rolls, and they made like what we call buchty, and it had all with fruit, some with prune, cheese, and my mother would always, when I would go there, she'd say, "Get me the end ones." Oh, and then they had this crumb thing. It's like a crumb cake with jelly inside. Oh, that was delicious. And when they made a lemon pie, it really was lemon.
Yeah.
You know, and that rye bread, oh, it was out of this world. After they went out of business, a couple of my friends, they tried to go other places to get the rye bread, but this rye bread would stay fresh, and it had such a taste that when we would have like pot roast or stew, you know, we'd dunk it in the gravy. Oh, it was delicious.
When is lunch? In half an hour.
But you know, their stuff was, I'd walk home from school, pass them on a Friday afternoon, and you could smell the butter coming out of this bakery. You know, the way they were making it, it was in the air. The buttery taste, and nothing was like instant. It was the regular eggs, the regular butter, the regular vanilla extract, whatever they had to use. It was not artificial like today. Today you buy stuff and you go, don't taste
Not
good.
worth eating sometimes.
But it was a wonderful bakery. And then when my father was in there all the time because he knew them all in the back, but when they stopped passing away and the younger generation started taking it over, it was not the same.
No.
The bread did not last. It just had no more of that.
They didn't have the same recipe.
Well, it was the old people, you know, the grandmother and the grandfather, and then the sons all worked there, and the daughters would be the ones in front selling it.
It was a real family operation.
It was, yes. And then the young, like the grandson, tried to take over, but you know, it didn't last
the same, no.
because they didn't have the knack no more.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the old times come from the old country, and they brought that with them. And everything was fresh. Well, see, as a child, my mother made too homemade pies because we had all kinds of fruit trees and berries in the field, and everything was not with preservatives. Today, it's too much. That's why I think, I used to say to my friend, we were brought up like we're natural. We weren't full of preservatives. My parents had chickens, we had fresh eggs, she made homemade noodles, you know.
So you had chickens?
Oh, yeah, my father had a little chicken yard. With chickens, we got fresh eggs. Every morning my mother would make me a fresh scrambled egg. And then, you know, make chicken soup, and everything was just, and they have a vegetable garden, and everything was like, not like today. Even you go to the supermarket, you know, the stuff is not the same.
So you grew perfect stuff to go with that rye bread.
Yeah, my mother always had a pot of soup on. Oh, yeah, that was...
So when you knew the bakery, would that have been like in the 40s or the 50s or the 60s?
When I went to school, only grade school with John Pearl, they were there. So I was they were there before I was born, apparently. I was born in 1930. Yeah. So they had to be, because then when I was like 6, I started grade school, and they had been there for years, you know. So I don't know what year they came, but it was a family operated, you know. And then, like I said, the sad part was when everybody started to pass away, it, you know, changed hands. They closed it up. It still sits there, but, you know.
Yeah. What was it like inside there? Was it,
well,
was it large in there? Did they get big crowds?
Did you walked in the front door, they had, you know, you walked and they had the counter and all the bakery, and it was always very clean and nice. And then if you looked in, you could see them doing the bakery. You know, the grandmother, the older one, she'd be there rolling out the dough and making, you know, for all the stuff.
So you could actually see them baking?
Oh, yeah. Then, as I said, my father was friends with all of them, so sometimes, you know, we'd go there, and I'd have to go and wait for him while he was talking, so I'd stand there and wait, smelling all the bakery.
Torture. Did they give you a cookie while you were waiting?
No. They, the one daughter, she was very businesslike, you know. Yeah. But there was one, she was a little mellow, but one was real, you know. We used to say, oh, guys, people were afraid of her. You know, she's very stern. Yeah. And you either, and then for the holidays, they made these stolons. And that was, you know, with the fruit. But that was...
What's that?
It's like you see it in the store now, but it's just like big, it was like long and twist braided. Okay. And it was full of fruit. It was made out of yeast dough. And my aunt that lived in Queens, they would always say to my father, run over there and order them and get them for Christmas. And but they had a round one, and then they had a long one. One was a vanocky, and one was like a stolen. But she was with the good stuff in it. You know, it was so tasty.
Real butter.
Yeah. It was. But
no substitute.
People come from all over there, from Islip and that. And
actually, I heard that the people from the city used to come in Christmas time.
Well, like I said, my aunt lived in Queens, so she'd you know, tell my mother, we used to go in for the holidays, so she'd say, don't forget, get the stolen, get the buchty, get the this, get that. And then my father would run there and order it and come, you know, and then we'd take it into my aunt to Queens. So
she was happy to see you.
Oh, yeah. It was family them days.